Good evening. Welcome to Speaking in Your Basement. Years back, I read Napoleon Hill. I actually listened to it mostly. I think I went through the audiobook. Last year, I actually read the book, Think and Grow Rich, cover to cover. But I've been exposed to it numerous times. Numerous teachers I've studied have brought up Napoleon Hill and even taught either the same principles or some overlapping principles with what Napoleon Hill taught. There's something, and I believe this is in the chapter 4 on autosuggestion. You have to focus on the goal until the goal becomes a burning desire. And when I first heard this, I thought that meant in terms of just thinking about it, considering it, visualizing it, sort of the mental activity of focusing on the goal. But the way I've seen burning desires come about, and he said focus on it until it becomes a burning desire. I had the thought that, well, some people just seem to be either born with the desire, or they figure it out early on and they know what they're going to be or do with their lives, or have some direction early on. I didn't really have that, so I kept trying to figure things out, and I kept trying to mentally force it to be so, but that never quite worked out either. It just led to a lot of frustration. But every time I've taken something and I've made a practice out of it, I've started some variety of habit. It doesn't necessarily have to be daily. Daily seems to work the best for me, and it seems to get me to the feeling of momentum the quickest. But anytime I've made something a habit like that, it starts to build up the momentum, and the interest in it begins to grow, the curiosity, the idea of where can I go with this? What all can I accomplish with this? That starts to build, and that's the burning desire I've got by focusing on a goal by continually coming back to some behavior or task or practice that relates to the goal, and keep coming back to that. And then that momentum starts to build and compound over time. And when I first heard burning desire, I thought the idea of just this need, I just want it so bad. That's not what it's come to mean to me. It's come to mean the feeling of momentum I get when I engage in something repeatedly, and I keep enjoying it, appreciating it, getting more and more curious about it, or the whole thing builds. There are the things I explore a little bit and then I just kind of walk away from. I'm not that interested in them. But then the things I am interested in, I keep coming back to. And over time, that momentum builds. And that's the closest thing I can describe that I feel to burning desire. And that's exactly what we've been talking about with consistency in speaking. If you want to be brilliant at communication, if you want to be a high gravity speaker, if you want to have impact, start practicing, start playing every day if you can, but frequently, consistently, and over time, you'll feel that momentum, that power start to compound. And as it does, what's possible for you in the realm of speaking and communication begins to grow as well. I'm Ben Langley. Thanks very much for spending some time with me tonight. We'll talk again soon.